Hey, this is John Carlos, and Underground Toys used to make 5-inch scale Doctor Who action figures, but they stopped that to make these 3-inch figures, and those sucked. But they've slowly come back around to making 5-inch figures, and when they do that, they usually do really unique packaging. The War Doctor, Claire Souffle Girl had really cool packagings, and this one has awesome packaging in my opinion. It's the 11th Doctor from the Time of the Doctor episode. And here's just a closer look at the packaging, because it is a TARDIS, which I think makes this the coolest package they've probably done so far. And on the side it features like little photos from something unique to the set, like handles and, you know, the old man doctor head, which we'll show you later. Here's the artwork on the back. And then the interior, which has like a little bio of the 11th Doctor on it, and then a little bio of the 12th Doctor, or what little we know about him at that point in that episode. Let's try to open this up now. I'm really glad they made this figure, and it's not because I have some big attachment to the Time of the Doctor episode, although I do think it's really good. I just really dig this outfit. Now, through seasons, 5 and 6, he wears this classic outfit, but later in his run, they tended to change his outfit up a little bit, and I really dig this version of it. Yeah, the original one's classic, but I do think the newer one was really stylish. I also like that they went with like a new hairstyle sculpt for this. Traditionally, all the figures of the 11th Doctor have that head sculpt, but with this one, they changed it up a bit. The only other time they really deviated was when they made the Ganger one, and you can see here that they actually do have very similar hairstyles. I'll go in for a closer look here. It's almost the same thing, except the hair hangs down a little further on that side. You can see from the front that like they have the same kind of part. Like the wave swoops over, but then it just becomes a little bit longer on this one. But anyway, props to them for going with something a little different, so you don't feel like you're getting the same thing over and over. Although the outfit is considerably different, which we'll go into in a bit, but first I want to show you the accessories. He comes with one of two alternate heads. This is the old man 11th Doctor, and I think the detail on his hair, all the little sculpted grooves, the wrinkles on his forehead, the wrinkles around his mouth. This is a really, really nice piece considering how small it is. Also, with these glasses, I'm really impressed that you can see his eyeballs through the lenses. Usually with plastic this small to that scale, gets kind of hard to see through, but that's impressive to me. He also comes with the recently regenerated 12th Doctor's head, and I gotta say it looks good. I like the kind of smirk there and the arched eyebrow. He doesn't smirk or smile that much in the show, but I still like the attitude of this, and I think the hair sculpt is great. The likeness is pretty decent. Best accessory though is handles. I freaking love handles, and I think it's so awesome they made a figure with him as an accessory because he's just the best. It's really small, but I really like that the Doctor had his own kind of Cyberman Wilson, and I think the sculpt of the damage around his forehead and like the brown paint and just the way they handled like the eyes and the circuits coming out, which are like a soft rubbery material, just great. He also comes with this alternate like chest piece, which is for, after he's regenerated and he's lost the bow tie, you would use this with the 12th Doctor's head, so you can switch out that shirt, which we'll do later. He also comes with a cane, because, he's an old man, and he has a cane. And lastly, his little sonic screwdriver, which is really, really well done, considering how little it is. You can see the copper paint, the white, the black, the little green on top. It's really well sculpted, considering how tiny it is. You can see it compared to my fingers here. The overall design of this figure, as far as like the general painting and sculpting of it, is very, very impressive to me. I think they did a great job, like they usually do, because I think Underground Toys, as far as their 5-inch figures goes, are really pretty solid. The actual likeness of Matt Smith is decent. I think they did a great job sculpting the hair. I think his eyes and his mouth and his nose look good. But where this figure to me really succeeds is like the fabric of his coat. The little sculpted grooves that go all along it. It's not like a checkered pattern, but it is like a textured pattern. That texture is great, and that carries through to the sleeves, even though this is like a harder material and this is a softer material. It's really consistent, so kudos to them on that. Also, just like the detail of like the little pocket watch on his vest, the little buttons, the bow tie. It's really solid work, as well as the little wrinkles of the fabric that are sculpted in there. They did a great job with that. Also, the wrinkling of his pants. It's, again, a harder material. It's not the soft rubber. But the pants do look good as far as the way they wrinkle towards the bottom there. And the shoes look great, especially the use of gray and brown paint on there. I think these shoes with the little tiny laces look awesome. And it's got pretty good articulation like all these figures do. There's a mid-thigh cut, and there's the hinge at the legs that go side to side and forward and back. The solid knee joint, and you've got, what I really dig is not only do you have the hinge at the elbow and the swivel at the wrist and the bicep cut, but it looks like it would just be a hinge at the shoulders here, But they do actually like swing out. There is like a ball hinge in there too, which you can't see from the outside. It's not that noticeable because it's like a flat bicep. But I think they did a great job with that. Like, I think it just turned out awesome. That head pops off really, really easily, and the alternate head popped on very easily, so I'm happy about that. Also, we'll put this cane in his hand. And then, there you go. Now, I'm curious how easy or hard it'll be to put this other shirt on, because the areas are really tight around that neck hole where this shirt has to fit around. And you kind of have to wedge it underneath the collar there. But once you get it around that collar, it actually pops into place pretty easily. That wasn't that bad, that was actually pretty good. And lastly, here's a look at the 11th Doctor with handles. Now, one of the issues I had with handles is that the space within his handles is pretty small. Like, it doesn't actually support all 4 figures. It took a lot of effort for me to jam his hand into that little space there. Other than that, though, he does ultimately hold it. It's just kind of a nuisance trying to get him to hold it, but it does look great in hand. I'm really happy with the way it turned out ultimately. Like, he looks just rad holding him. This figure itself looks great. I think they did a great job making this outfit into such a small scale. I think it looks awesome. Thanks for watching.